Yeah, in October 2014, I decided to visit Colorado. And October 26, I decided to visit one of Colorado's greatest tourist attractions, which is why I decided to go to Columbine. That is the school where the shootings took place. Now I have Asperger's syndrome, and when I was in school, I was bullied by a bunch of weak-minded conformist pieces of fucking filth. And I won't forget 4/20/1999, when I heard about the shooting, and when I found out that Eric Harris and Dylan Klebo did what they did because they were bullied, it gave me such a feeling of extreme happiness and joy, because at long last justice was served, which is something that rarely happens in this world. Now, many people on the autism spectrum have a fascination with serial killers, death, and suicide. And people on the autism spectrum are the most deeply spiritual people on this planet, until they are fucked over by a bunch of fucking assholes, which of course brings an end to that. Now, Eric Harris did not have Asperger's, but it is widely suspected that he had a personality disorder, which is similar to, has similar symptoms to Asperger's, but it is a much more serious mental illness. Dylan Klebo was suffering from severe depression, and based on his profile, I think he might have had Asperger's. Dylan Klebo was bullied and treated like shit, and he didn't have any friends until Eric Harris came along. Now, in tragedies like this, I often ask myself, what would Jesus do? Well, Jesus decided to take Eric and Dylan up to heaven to spend eternal life in heaven as soon as they shot themselves in the head. And if that's not all, Jesus decided to make Eric and Dylan as two of his disciples. And if that's not all, Jesus decided to make Jeffrey Dahmer as another one of his disciples, which reminds me, Columbine wasn't the only major crime scene that I paid a visit to. Because in 1992, when I was in Milwaukee, I decided to visit Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, as I wonder, am I the only person in the whole world to visit both Columbine and Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment? Also, Jesus decided to make Gigi Allen and Timothy McVeigh as two of his disciples. And I wonder, how well would Timothy McVeigh get along with Jeffrey Dahmer? Well, knowing Jeffrey Dahmer, he would probably end up eating him. Jesus was very unpopular, so why would he pick disciples who were popular? Because everything got twisted anyway after he, It was on October 26, 2014, while I was heading north on Pear Street in Littleton, Colorado, and there it was on the left, Columbine. And when I got into the parking lot, there were surveillance cameras all over the place. Gee, what a surprise. And while I was at Columbine, I made a video, and I said what was on my mind in the video, and I have Asperger's syndrome, and I was bullied by a bunch of weak-minded conformist pieces of fucking filth. Words could not describe how elated and overjoyed I felt while I was at Columbine. I believe that when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. And not only that, they have a thermometer at Columbine, which means that I got more lemonade, and the temperature was 78 degrees. I know that it was too fucking hot out, but at least it was a dry hot. Whenever I travel, I like to take a thermometer with me so I get to know what the temperature is. And because of that thermometer at Columbine, it saved me so much time from having to put the thermometer out to see what the temperature would end up being, because certainly you got to wait for it to change after sitting out there for a while. There's a park right next to Columbine, and as soon as I was leaving, I saw a sign for a memorial dedicated to the lives who were lost, and Eric and Dylan were not included. Eric and Dylan were two of God's children, even if what they did was wrong. The people who bullied them sure as hell weren't sweet little angels. For that reason alone, excluding Eric and Dylan from the memorial was very unfucking fair. Now, Eric and Dylan, I hope you're looking down on me right now, and if you want, you can go down on me. While I was in Colorado, I decided to visit Columbine. What you did at Columbine was fucking awesome, dude. I was tormented. I was tormented by a bunch of fucking assholes too. I know that I will get to meet you someday. You are my soulmates. I love you, Eric and Dylan. Oh, and and here's another thing. If you run into Jeffrey Dahmer, please be careful. He might decide to eat you. Anyway, hearing this will make you laugh and cry at the same time if you have an open mind. This is not the only reason why I went to Colorado, is I decided to ride trains in Colorado because trains are fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, being bullied by weak-minded, conformist pieces of fucking filth was no joy, but every cloud has a silver lining, and being able to visit Columbine and say what's on my mind while I was at Columbine is the silver lining. And not only that, they have a thermometer at Columbine, which makes the silver lining even better. And I did other things in Colorado. I mentioned riding trains, and I went up Pikes Peak, and then I went to Albuquerque. So I'll talk about those things some other time.